Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing and to another video where you join me where we are on the road once again, and today is going to be a good one. I'm in the RS3, just about to fuel it up, just about to be depressed about the current fuel prices and everything else, and we're going to get this full to the brim, and then like I say, we're going to head on our way. We are off to Derby way because we're off to Donington Park, and today I'm going to get a chance to be not only racing around the track, enjoy the day and see what's at the track and just have a good day ahead. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And we're going to do that today. And yeah, then there's also something to address with this RS3 because it's looking completely different, and that's in terms of something that's on the car which is no longer on the car, and I need to address that as well. There's a lot of addressing going on in this video. Current fuel price 177. With this car I like to put ultimate in it because if I don't, I seem to get abused online if I don't put ultimate fuel in, or V power. There's about 130 miles of fuel in the RS3 at the moment, and this is going to be, I'm going to rest my money which I don't have much of anymore because I bought my first house, is £70, and I was not far off. So as I was saying, this car is looking different, and you're probably thinking, what on earth has gone on here? The RS3 can't look too much different. Well, it does, because the first thing you're going to look at, and that is the number plates. First of all, huge shout out to Reg Transfers. You might have seen that I've spoken about these guys before, where you can get all your personalised regs. I'll leave them on the screen right now. Legends. Go get your personalised regs through them. And my AH11 plate has gone. That was the number plate my dad left me, and it is now no longer on the car. What the hell is going on? Well, there is a big story to this, and I need to explain it to you. I had AH11 and AH33, and I no longer have either, which is a very difficult thing to even talk about, but we are going to talk about it. So you join me where I'm nearly at Donington, and first things first, what I'm doing today is I'm going out in the Porsche Carrera Cup car. I'm going to be taking passengers around in that, and I hopefully will get some reactions, and I'll talk you through a couple of laps, and we'll be back on track. And that's basically content which I've missed massively. I have missed it massively. I'll talk a little bit later in the video why this year I haven't been racing. There is a story behind it all, and that will come in this video as well. I just wanted to address it properly, but before I address it properly, you know what? I want to enjoy being back in a race car and being back in a Porsche GT3 car. And we can take people around. That's basically what I'm doing today. I'm at a race drive event. I'm taking people around, I'm scaring them, and we're going to see their reactions, and people love it. It's actually always funny when you take people around the track, their reactions, you forget how fast these things are. So anyway, we're going to be doing that, but I'm going to talk to you first about the number plates. So AH11 and AH33, they're leaving me, and that is why this car is on a 71 plate. As you would have seen, I was left these by my dad. He obviously passed away, and he left me AH11 and AH33. Two amazing number plates worth value of, I think, 50, 60 grand and about 30 grand. Obviously when someone dies, there's a will. I was left these in the will. There's things I can't talk about on camera, go into too much detail. That's probably already too much detail, but I had to do the right thing. So that's a bit of a shame, and they were not to buy my house. So if there's anyone out there going, he sold his number plates to buy his house, no I didn't. He bought his house because of inheritance, no I didn't. I wish I did, but I didn't. Every single penny of that property is my own money, and the mortgage company would back that up, the guys who are sorting my mortgage, because they have to see every single bank statement before I get the mortgage, and they know exactly where the money's coming from. So absolutely not the case. So I'm proud of myself for that. So I hope that has completely squashed that, because there was comments saying Archie only bought his house because of inheritance, and I knew that was going to happen, but no, it's not the case. So I hope that's kind of addressed it with the AH plates. I didn't want to make up some excuse saying like, oh, I've cashed in on them to put it in my own pocket because, you know, my dad left them, you sold them, you've done the wrong thing. Absolutely not. Reg Transfers. they sold, I believe, or are selling AH11 and AH33. I'll leave links down below. I believe the AH11 is actually already sold, but if it comes back on the market, then check out Reg Transfers down below and you guys can see that. I believe 33 is actually still on the market. Again, Reg Transfers, really good guys, and check them out, and then you can get a registration if your name is not Archie Hamilton and you don't want AH. So yeah, anyway, I hope that's cleared that one up. It was the worst thing I've ever had to do, letting them go. It's been emotional, it's been difficult, it's been a very difficult few weeks due to all of it, but I'm on the straight and narrow. I don't let like things getting me down. Grief is horrendous. It gets me in the worst times of the day, but you know what, I'm cracking on. This is what we're going out in. Warm her up. This is what I'm just about to take out. We've got silencers on the back. The warm-up procedure. Look at that. Looks amazing. Just had the first session and we're just fixing a water leak. So there was an alarm which came on the dash, came literally on my dash, and then after that I was like, well, I'm gonna have to pit because something's leaking somewhere. And basically the radiators on a Porsche Carrera Cup car are literally directly at the front. So here is where the radiator is. It's literally just directly behind there. So what we did, we just changed a few of the pipes and it's absolutely fine now, and we'll head out in just a second. But the reason why, if you hit someone too hard with that, the radiators are directly behind. I don't think you can see properly in there, but they are directly behind. And if you do that, you'll pierce the radiator, fluid will go everywhere, and it is a complete and utter nightmare. So we were then roughly 3 laps, I think, from the whole thing just destroying itself. So that's how you have to be on the ball. The moment an alarm comes on the dash, which I'm going to show you just in here quickly, but the moment an alarm comes on the dash, you have to come in. It came up on here and it just said water temp. It was just down there, and then I press this button here, which is an alarm button, which then will cancel the alarm. And if the alarm is so urgent, because sometimes they can trip out and it will just have an alarm, and then so you cancel it, and if it comes back again, you know there's a serious issue. And that was what happened. Car park. I'm going to see what cars we've got here today. Got a very nice Targa. And then my RS3. And I'll keep trying to think what else we've got. Tell you what, it's just to roll up to a track day. You got your Ferrari. Just there. Then you have the Rolls. Then you have the Tesla. And then you just drive your track car around. I mean, it's goals, isn't it? Does it really, really good. F8. I'm on the hunt for my Ferrari. I'm genuinely on the hunt for a Ferrari. Oh, might be a bit too much, but it's good. Right, what we got here is the M240i safety car. Very, very cool. That looks amazing, doesn't it? The fact that they've already got an M240i, does it have the Pro Pack on it? I don't quite know. But anyway, quite cool that the safety car here at Donington is an M240i. Would never expect that, but really, really cool. And they're quick. My one is not too far away. I'm getting lots of questions actually of people going, oh, when's your one arriving, blah, blah, blah. It's not too far. Probably June, start of June, I reckon. That's when the TRL says it is going to be delivered. So fingers crossed. And I'm going to go to town on it with the mods, X-Drive. And we're going to go to town on it. We're going to actually enjoy it. We're going to drag race it. We're going to do loads of stuff. But just really cool to see a safety car here at Donington Park. Just like that. If you ever want to know how you fuel up a Porsche Carrera Cup race car, you take it to the station, you lift up the bonnet. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's just as easy as that. Okay, you join me when I'm back in the RS3. I haven't even addressed that I've got all my kit in the back, my bike, everything. You probably want to address something, and that is obviously the racing. So I've raced my whole life. That was what I've, strived to do for my whole life. Raced since I was 8, and yeah, I love it. It's my passion. I get a lot of comments going, oh, Archie Hamilton without the racing, like I mentioned. But I just want to address the fact of why this year there's been nothing to announce. And I'm going to go into a little bit of a few details here, which I've never done before, probably pretty much in terms of the costings. So last year, when I got back racing, I was doing Porsche Carrera Cup. And one thing that's very hard in motorsport, and that is you need the money to race. It costs a fortune. And Porsche Carrera Cup, which I did last year, is the best part of £250,000 for the season. That's basically what you need to turn up, to drive that car, to race it for the year. It's a hell of a lot of money. It's a big budget. This year, the cars are now 992s, and the budget has stepped up once again. And from when I raced the Caymans being £100,000 a year to the Carrera Cup being £250,000 per year, this season would have cost me £300,000 to £350,000 to race that Porsche Carrera Cup car for the season. And I don't have that sort of money. And to raise that sort of money is also very, very difficult. Majority of the grid either have sponsors or they're from a wealthy background. There's pretty much no in between. And it works out at £35,000 per weekend to go racing. It costs £1,250 roughly to have a new set of tyres. It costs you £10,000 if you crash the car with an excess, and on those cars, let me tell you now, even if you ding the front, you're spending 10 grand. They're not cheap, they're expensive, and all of this has just led to me basically not having a seat, because I could, let's say, went out there, got a £100,000 sponsor, I'm still pretty much £250,000 the wrong way. And I don't have that sort of money to put £35,000 per weekend on racing. So that's basically where it's at, and that is why I'm without a drive. There has been talks of me returning to the Porsche Cayman series, which I was a front runner in the year before. And I had a phone call about 2 hours ago, but then the phone call was literally, hey mate, how's it going? Yeah, great, you? Yeah, do you want to do the Caymans? Yeah, alright, that sounds amazing. Do you have 100 grand? And that's how the conversations go. The cost it's even cost me to get to this point now through family funding or sponsors or everything I've had to get to here is about £1 million to get to this situation now, to now still need to find another £350,000 to get back in my race seat. Well, there'll also be questions out there going, well, I've heard from my mate the budget is a little bit less. I've heard it's, I don't know, 200,000. You could do it for 200 grand. Yeah, you could, but you're not going to be competitive.
and you're also not going to have the time in the car. And I did that last year. I didn't have the budget fully. I didn't have the time in the car, and I went from the year before, from pretty much nearly winning a championship in GT4 to literally being P nowhere. That was nothing to do with teams. It was literally testing, and I didn't have the time. I'm at the point now where I'm pretty much ready to walk away from the racing side itself, solely because the racing needs to, I want it to happen, but the costs of motorsport are ridiculous. Like, they're getting completely out of control from where it was at, you know, a few years ago. To expect a young driver, not necessarily me being young at 31, but to expect a 25-year-old driver or a 20-year-old driver with their families to get 350 grand together for a season, or someone who's a little bit older to be asking for 35 grand a race is just madness. Anyway, this is motorsport, this is what I signed up for, but luckily I have you guys, I have my YouTube channel, and I keep busy doing everything else, and if the right opportunity came along, I will be ready and I'll take it up with every opportunity, every hand or whatever. But until then, I think it's very difficult to justify it. More track stuff will definitely come soon. That for sure will keep coming on my channel because I love doing it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave your comments down below, thumbs up. See you all very soon.